Good evening to our Near Life community. And if you are a guest tonight logging on to your first Near Life Nutrition webinar, a very special welcome to you. It's great to have you online with us. My name is Drew McDermott and I will be your host this evening. We've got, looking at the people logged on, we have people logged on from all over South Africa and 4 other countries right now. So I want to kick this call off by congratulating every one of you for taking the time out of your evening to be intentional about your health. For the last 59 years, Near Life has been the world's leading whole food nutrition company. And we are on a mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place by ending the trend of chronic disease. According to the World Health Organization and the CDC, by 2020, 3 out of every 4 deaths will be caused by lifestyle disease such as cancer, diabetes, or heart disease. And now we of course know that it doesn't have to be like this, because these chronic diseases are actually preventable. And our goal is to cut through all the confusion, this misinformation and hype around nutrition and around your health, and to provide you with information and a nutrition solution that is based in nature and backed by science. And for more and more people, the Near Life community is becoming a place that they can call their nutritional home. So on tonight's call, we're going to be focusing on the hot topic of nutrition and pregnancy. It's another area of great confusion, and I speak to many young parents or parents-to-be, and there seems to be so much contradictory information, and none of these future parents are really sure what is best. And all they know is that they want to do everything that they can do to ensure their baby is healthy and can develop to its full potential. So if you're a parent or if you're looking to fall pregnant, by the end of this webinar, you'll be empowered with solid information and a solution that will ensure a happy and healthy pregnancy. And I truly believe health is one of the greatest gifts that you can give your child. And this journey begins pre-conception. So let's get straight into it by welcoming our nutrition expert, Dr. Barry Bland. Dr. Bland has 3 daughters of his own and 8 grandchildren. So he is coming at you tonight with a whole lot of experience. Dr. Bland, welcome to the call.
Thanks, Andrew. It's good to be here. Good evening. It's good to have you here, and we're going to be going through the requirements for pregnancy. And as Andrew was saying, the whole idea is to improve our general good health so that we avoid the lifestyle diseases. And there's no better place to start than right at the beginning. So this is where I believe nutrition can really make a difference. And as Andrew mentioned, it's prior to conception. Good nutrition and good health starts prior to conception. So if you look at the sort of things that I'm going to be talking about this evening, here are the areas that we'll be talking about. To start out, you need a healthy egg and a healthy sperm. So it's no use just going one way and saying, well, you know, the lady needs to be in the best possible condition. What you also don't want are any nutritional deficiencies at conception. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And then, of course, you are growing a new little body there. And you need all of the basic raw materials to be able to do that. So if you look at the cycle of motherhood, it's very similar to a race or to an athlete. And ladies, you are athletes. The whole idea is to get prepared, you train, you do all the right things, and then the race comes on, and okay, it's a real marathon. It's 9 months and takes a while. But it is important to be as strong and as well as you can be. And then, of course, after delivery, things like continuing to feed that child. And then, of course, you go into the recovery period and you start again with the next one. So here's where we start. Healthy egg and healthy sperm. And really, it's for both parents. I know sometimes the guys say, well, okay, you've got to do all the stuff, but it really is important that you are both as healthy as possible. And there are two things that I do believe, along with your general nutrition, and I'll talk a little bit about that as well. There are two things that really can make a big difference, and that is vitamin E and zinc. They're important for both parties, and it's vital that you are as well prepared. The eggs are as well prepared, the uterus is as well prepared, the prostate has all the right sorts of things, and of course, as those sperm are being developed and released, they're in the best possible condition. Then of course, this is part of the whole being prepared, and when we look at this, you can see that there's a whole range of things. Now, I think one of the things that most people know about is folic acid. It's important to have that early on. You know, we were taught that when a lady came into hospital, she was considered pregnant until proven otherwise. And that's because that little conceptus, that little baby, is fragile, and you don't want to be doing something that would make a difference there. But as well, you need to have that folic acid on board right at the very beginning. Certainly within those first 6 weeks of pregnancy. So from conception, for the next 6 weeks, it is vital to have enough folic acid, because that will help to prevent one of the conditions that can be a real problem, and that is spina bifida. So it's been shown that the women who are getting enough folic acid prior to conception and through the early stages of conception of pregnancy, is that they will be much less likely to have children who suffer with the defects of a spina bifida. And whereas those with a very low intake of folic acid early on have a much higher incidence. So it's possible to avoid that complication. And it's a simple process. So make sure that you're getting enough of the folic acid. Now, if you look at on that slide, the vitamins, the minerals, the protein, I believe everybody needs to be taking a range of those sorts of things, because often we are deficient. And so the husband and the wife should be getting a good range, and I'll talk about that right at the end, as to just what it can be and what it should be. And then, of course, omega-3, and I will be talking more about that in pregnancy as we go, because, you know, it is a matter of building that body. You need all the raw materials. And while often people will say, well, you know, you're eating for two, yes and no. You certainly need the vitamins and minerals. Your metabolism speeds up. Everything improves and runs faster. But you don't necessarily need that much more calories. But you do need the real basic nutrients. So make sure when you're looking at your whole program that you're getting the right sorts of things in. So during the pregnancy, continue with the folic acid. Obviously, that's an important substance, but it's one of your B group vitamins. So yes, the whole range of vitamins is important, right the way across the board. And then, of course, the minerals. The whole idea of women becoming virtually anemic during pregnancy was an old idea, because that's what happened. But it doesn't have to happen. And so it's important to be getting enough iron in your diet. You are building a new skeleton in that child. And so you need the calcium and the magnesium and those other minor minerals, minor in quantity, but major in effect. And so it's important to be getting that whole range of things. And of course, protein is just the scaffold that pretty well everything is built on. So you need the protein for both the development of the child, but also the uterus increases in size. Everything happens, and you do need that protein for it. Omega. Now that really does have a major effect across the board, and both on the mother and the child. So when you look at what the omega-3 can do, those omegas are vitally important for brain and visual development and health, heart health, obviously, both for the fetus and the mother. And then, of course, your immune balance, getting all that sorted out. The anti-inflammatory effects of omega are vital for the whole process to occur correctly. And yes, it's right here at the start, but it also goes right through life. And the interesting thing about the Neolife Salmon Oil Plus is that it is an absolutely pure product. It has all 8 members, as you can see in that box at the bottom. It has all 8 members of the omega-3 family. And we know that it's pure because it is tested. Every bit of the raw materials that are brought in are tested for over 200 different contaminants. And if any of those contaminants are detected, that batch is rejected. So you can know for sure that you're getting a pure product there. And the interesting thing there is, often because of the problem with our fish sources, the potential for heavy metal poisoning, or at least heavy metal contamination, is high. And often your doctor will say, don't take too much fish because of the potential for heavy metals. Whereas with my daughters, and when they were pregnant, I was suggesting that they were on the salmon oil right throughout, and making sure that they were getting enough to make, get a good result. And we have, as I say, we've got 8 grandkids. They're all extremely well. And my eldest daughter, her youngest child, little Katie, although she's getting older and older all the time, she's a little Downs girl, and incredibly well, incredibly fit. And often they suffer with their immune systems. And this little girl is strong and well and active and winning medals in her races and that sort of thing. So it really can make a big difference. And yes, for brain development, the development of the brain of the child. And the thing is, the omega-3s are, the mother has sources, but they're in her brain. And if the child, if the mother is not getting the omega-3 as part of her diet, the child is like a parasite and will take her omega-3 out of her brain. And I guess sometimes that's why pregnant women might act a little strangely. They sometimes have different things, but you know, you can avoid that. And there's very good evidence to show that DHA particularly is important in the development of the retina of the eye. For visual acuity, you see well, and you're able to detect faces and recognize fine detail. And then, of course, later development of the child as well. And there's another area as far as omega-3 is concerned, where it may well help with the risk of postnatal depression, as well as there's evidence to show that the risk of bipolar depression in the child of a mother who has bipolar depression is much less if she was getting enough omega-3 during pregnancy. And it's such that even the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in the UK have advocated the use of omega-3 very clearly and strongly in pregnancy. So there is a huge area. And of course, with our Scientific Advisory Board stamp of approval and purity, it really can make a difference. So, the basics. It's what we need. There is the Formula 4 on the left-hand side. That's a powerhouse of your vitamins and minerals. It also contains essential oils. And I do believe that father and mother, potential father and mother, should be on at least that. And then, of course, the protein shake, which again is important, that providing that protein, making sure that they're getting all of that. And salmon oil particularly, but as you can see in that Pro Vitality up on the right-hand side, that Pro Vitality has the Formula 4 Plus, as well as the omega-3 and another little boost for your general immunity, and that is the carotenoid complex. Have a look at those various things. The shake, of course, the Neolife shake is a high quality protein. It really is, and it gives everything that you need. And the beauty of it is that it will not put up the mother's blood sugar, and it's one of the areas where it is important that we start with the good health of that child early on in pregnancy, and reduce the likelihood of that child actually putting on weight as a youngster, but also reducing the likelihood of things like type 2 diabetes, where we start seeing type 2 diabetes in our youngsters at the age of 10. And that's just, something that is avoidable. There are two other products on that slide. One is iron, and iron is vital for the normal production of red blood cells. And of course, that's what you want to prevent in pregnancy. You want to make sure that the mother is getting enough iron, and of course the folic acid. They both combine to help with good blood production and prevent that. And therefore it would prevent the sense of fatigue and all the things that often happen during pregnancy. And then our CalMag, which is a brilliant product, where it contains the calcium and the magnesium, along with the vitamin D, which has other effects on the child as well. So it's one of the things that and of course there, what you're doing is you're building a new skeleton, and you need the calcium to be able to do that. So a program that would cover most things would be the Pro Vitality and the Neolife Shake, but I would strongly recommend looking at the Iron and the CalMag, and even extra of the salmon oil. So you're going to be getting the vitamins and minerals in the Pro Vitality or the Formula 4, but the Pro Vitality does contain those extras. As far as your general nutrition, it's important to make sure that you're looking at all those things. And when you are healthy, the pregnancy will be healthy. And if the pregnancy is healthy, the child will be healthy. And if the child is healthy, they are much less likely to run into problems once they're delivered, but also much later in life, they will continue to have the benefits of a good, healthy pregnancy. Thank you.
Dr. Bland, I just want to thank you for being with us tonight and adding so much value to this Neolife community of ours. And I mentioned at the beginning of the call that Neolife, we're on a mission to end the trend of chronic disease. However, we know that we cannot achieve this on our own. And we rely on our Neolife community to partner with us in this mission and help us to achieve this mission. A recording of this webinar will be sent out to everybody who logged on, and it will be available on our YouTube channel. So please join us in this mission and share this information with young parents and parents to be. Being a part of the community places you into resources and information that will empower you with the knowledge and the tools to keep you healthy and keep you active. We also have challenges and fun events that will support you and give you the motivation not only to make lifestyle changes, but to maintain them. And our Neolife community has the opportunity to purchase the Neolife Nutrition at 20% discount. So if you would like to get your hands on some Neolife Nutrition, or if you have questions that you need answered, or you'd like to become a part of this community, please get in touch with the person who invited you onto tonight's call. I want to thank you all for your time this evening. To all of our expecting and our pregnant parents, I pray that your journey is a happy, healthy, and a journey full of joy and fun. Good night, and have yourselves a wonderful evening.